I easily climb the YUGIOH Omega rank leaderboard with this $30 Scareclaw deck. So if you are in search for a cheap yet effective budget Yu-Gi-Oh deck, then you are gonna love this video. Big shout out to Mercy Mishap for inspiring this video. During a recent livestream, Mercy informed that he is new to the game and seeking a cheap yet beginner-friendly deck to play with his friends. Scareclaw is a relatively easy deck to pilot. You primarily want to go second with this deck, as I believe, and this is just an opinion of mine, the deck, based on how the deck plays, the deck has a really strong going second board because the deck plays a slew of hand traps and many board breakers, cards that will allow you to destroy the opponent established board, and all it needs is one card of the engine to then snowball the opponent. So I personally love playing the deck going second. However, the deck can play first because your main monster is a floodgate in itself, and we're gonna touch on this card a little later. So now we are playing against one of the most powerful and expensive decks in Yu-Gi-Oh right now. So we now have to come up with a strategy to play around the Promethean Princess. So this card basically, when we special summon a monster, it can destroy a fire monster in the field and to special summon itself and to destroy our special summon monster. Now, Scareclaw wants to have a monster on the field as soon as possible. The deck basically combos or the engine railways by having one monster in the field, which allows you to use the engine where you can special summon another Scareclaw monster adjacent to your Scareclaw monster, and you can just keep special summoning them like that, and this is how you snowball the opponent. However, I had to play around the Promethean Princess. I know you can see the Dark Hole in hand, which allows me to destroy all monsters in the field. However, if I were to destroy all monsters in the field, the effect of the Flimburge would special summon two of the Snake Eye monsters in the field, and they would still have two fire monsters, which means the Promethean Princess would still be live. So the plan here now is to go into our Scareclaw Lightheart, which will give us a nice search to our field spell, which may also trigger the effect of the Promethean Princess, which exactly with what happened. So now we have access to our field spell, and then we're gonna take advantage of one of the recently new Scareclaws, which doesn't follow the typical rule of, you know, special summoning itself adjacent to one of the Scareclaw monsters, and this is what's great. So now my plan is coming in full fruition. So now we can play Dark Hole because there's no fear of the Promethean Princess. Yes, these two cards are gonna special summon at 7. However, that is fine. So now we're gonna special summon our Scareclaw Kashkir, search for our right hat, special summon the Aster in our hand, special summon the Reinhardt from our hand, and Reinhardt also has a very nice effect. This is one of the first best cards you want to always see this card in hand. When this card is special summon, it gives us a nice search to a Scareclaw card. However, if there are 3 or more defensive monsters on the field, you get your search and you get an extra draw. Now, this is where Scareclaws are scary. Once Scareclaws have 3 effect monsters in the field, they can easily go into the boss monster. And that's not all. The field spell also decreases the opponent's monster's attack and defense by 100 for every face-up defense monster or defense monster on the field. So basically, all monsters in the field, we gain that effect to decrease the attack and defense. Also, this card allows you to pop a card on the field if you are 3 or more, or there are 3 or 4 monsters in the field. So every aspect of the deck itself relies on cards being in defense. Now you're gonna understand why cards are gonna be in defense, because your boss monster forces everybody to be in defense, and this here is your boss monster. Like I said, a floodgate. Once this card is on the field, all face-up monsters in the field are changed to face-up defense, and it's also unaffected by the activated effect of defense position monsters on the field. This card is a boss. Outside of links, no card is messing with this. Doesn't matter what card your opponent is playing, if the card is not a link, it's unaffected. And the deck going forward can also protect this card even from link monsters, because one, I'm no effect here. Unfortunately, I had a piece of misplay. I won't call it a misplay. It's just more of a bad judgment, because in today's world I never expected somebody to play Ghost Ogre, and had I activate the effect of the Scareclaw Arrival, and this is one of the protection cards, it allows you to it's a monster one, which basically allows you to special summon one of your Scareclaw monsters of Vistas from the graveyard to the field, and it also has a protection effect for when your Scareclaw link monsters are going to be destroyed, you can banish it to protect yourself. Typically you want to do this early, but I was like, nah, I'm just gonna keep this later for in the event my board gets interrupted, like a card like Nibiru. But unfortunately, this guy this guy played Ghost Ogre. I was not expecting that, but that's fine. But since we have not activated this card, we can still combo off here like crazy. I can still go into my board. As you can see, we are still doing full combo. Quite simple. All the deck wants to do is summon free monsters, and like I said, once you have monsters in the field, you special summon adjacent to those monsters, and you can go into this big boss monster. Now, secondly, this card also has another effect. One, it can special summon one of your level 3s from your deck and allow you to search a Scareclaw monsters. From here, you are locked into Scareclaws, but that's fine, because the monsters you are searching or special summoning has an effect where they now gang, like, yeah. So basically I see this deck as like a gang and the boss just gets powers from his minions, right? So like this guy allows you to attack a certain amount of times based on the number of Scareclaw monsters you have. So from this point here, I can attack 2 times. The other Scareclaw monster, Aster, gives a boost of attack, 300 for every defense monster you control. And then we have the Bellon, which allows us to do piercing damage. Piercing damage, basically, if you attack a defensive monster, you're gonna do the difference in damage from the defense and attack of your monster. So basically, you tend to get an extra bonus effect from these little minions, the boss monster. This guy is, like I said, a beast in itself. Oh yeah, and this guy can also attack in defense mode. The deck also, even the cards you can search from the deck, has some of the strongest cards. This guy is one of my favorites, Scareclaw Twin Claw. Basically allows you to tribute one of your Scareclaw monsters, target 2 cards your opponent control, and destroy them. But that's not even all. The deck has another effect where you can banish it from the graveyard, and for the duration of this turn, either player can activate the effect of link monsters. Most times you're going to activate the effect of your link monster during your turn. So if you activate the second effect during your opponent's turn, it doesn't matter. So which means, so now we have the opponent all monsters in attack. If they happen to go into a link monster, we can negate that link monster's effect, and our monsters have 3000 attack. Also protected by Arrival in the graveyard from both battle and destruction. I'm telling you, the deck in itself is very insane, very strong, very cheap, and as you can see, it's very easy to pile up. As a new player, and I'm going to show you guys a very one card simple combo. All you have to do is one card simple combo, and your friends, your opponent will be crying. I promise you, they will be crying. Yeah, this guy just got super salty, and he had to cry for the GGs. Cry for the GG. Now I'm going to show you how simple it is to play this deck. All you need is one card. All you need is one card, and you have a full combo to your boss monster. This is the only combo you need to learn. As a beginner, you learn this, you are all fine. You summon any of your Scareclaw monsters, any of them. One link summon, you go into Scareclaw Lightheart. Lightheart allows you to search your field spell. Your field spell also now allows you to search. This has another effect, it's a searcher. Allows you to search. You're gonna search your Scareclaw Reinhardt. This is one of the favorite I mentioned a little earlier. Unfortunately, we don't have multiple cards in defense, so we don't get the extra draw effect. So like I said, you are gonna summon a Scareclaw monster adjacent to one of the Scareclaw monsters in the field. It's a free summon. It's a free summon. From here, you are gonna search the Arrival, which is the protection. You activate the Arrival special summons from the graveyard, and from here you have free effect monsters. You go into your boss monster. Boom, this guy now has an effect where you can special summon one of these guys and give you a free search to any of your Scareclaw monsters. Boom, right here. One card combo, easy. In this one card combo can also allow you to get some forms of OTK or board clearance from the opponent, because the opponent is going first and you summon this guy, everybody's in defense. This gives you a pop. You can destroy a card on the field, and based on which of your Scareclaw monsters you search, this card can attack multiple times or against piercing damage. So the deck can combo off you just one card, which means one card gets you to your entire engine. This leaves us with the room to play multiple hand traps, and this is one of the reasons this deck is very strong, going first and going second. Like I said, I personally rather play the deck going second, because with all the hand traps we have, we can definitely slow the opponent down, and when it's our turn, we can just swing a flurry of attacks and get rid of them. But your preference, you can either play first, Floodgate, protecting this card with hand traps, or go in second, clean the opponent board, and also OTKing them instantly. Oh, now, that being said, I'm playing in this build 3, 6, 9, 12 hand traps. 12 hand traps, chances are you're always going to see a hand trap in your hand. I'm also playing a few, I won't call them board breakers, but they are quite good going second, also good going first, the Chalice, including the Change of Heart also. Now when it comes to the Scareclaw monsters, and this is why, you are always gonna see, most likely mathematically gonna see a Scareclaw monster, and all you need to see is one of them. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 Scareclaw monsters. All you want to see is one Scareclaw monster to get your combo going. If crazy, even if you don't see a Scareclaw monster, there are the free spell cards which are going to allow you now to search for one of your Scareclaw monsters. The consistency of the deck is skyrocket. It's one of the best decks for beginners, one of the best decks you want to play if your budget is low as possible. Like I said, this entire deck here is only $30 US. I don't know how much, pounds wise, I don't know, Canadian wise, not sure, but you know, do the math. Do the math. Also playing free of the Monster Reborn. Why not? This card is a protection and gets your free monster from the graveyard to the field. Now here's another protection card we didn't see in any of the duels. This card is Defanging. Now this card protects your link monsters. Your opponent is unable to target your link monster, and it also cannot be destroyed by effect. So as you can see, with Defanging on the field, arrival in the graveyard, and this boss monster triad on the field, the gang leader is on the field, the gang bangers, bro, there's nothing your opponent can do. Only choice they have is going into links, and then we have a way to deal with links. They cannot destroy your field, they cannot target your monsters, and the deck attacks multiple times, 3,000 attack. Like, it is quite crazy. The extra deck is quite simple. The most monster you want to see, light hat, and you want to then go into your tri hat. Very rarely you are going to go in any order of the link monsters in the extra deck. Most times, this as a beginner, again, you're keeping it quite simple, learning the game. You just learn these easy, straightforward patterns, and then you're all fine. If you're interested in more beginner decks, check out this video right here, where I go through 5 or 6 beginner friendly decks that will definitely help you.